Give me your hand. Yep. Grip it really tight. Good. I need to tell you this, and I know this is going to be really hard, but the cost of living, inflation, housing, crazy rent prices isn't really going to go away. It's kind of going to get worse, and things are going to continue to go up. Gotcha! Keep watching.
I am a little bit dramatic. By the beginning of this video, you probably feel like this about your finances. But by the end of this video, you're gonna feel like this with your finances. Do I have to dim my screen so I can transfer money like a loser before I pay for my groceries so the people behind me don't know that my card was milliseconds away from getting declined?
I love capitalism.
You need to get a realistic picture of your finances. And it's even hard for me because I go over my finances once a month over my spending. But the first thing that you want to do is you want to evaluate your net income. How much do you bring in after taxes and all of the other things that are taken out of your check before it's deposited into your account? The next thing is to get a realistic picture of your debt, like a total picture of your debt, and figure out if you can get on a debt repayment plan for things that you're struggling to pay. I have been there. It was really hard for me. This is like, this step sucks. All this entire part, the realness, it sucks. But this is the tough part that you have to get through so you can get to the goods and really make improvements. In addition to evaluating your net income, evaluating your debts, looking to see if you need to get on any debt repayment plans, you should also evaluate your credit score frequently. Credit Karma is a really great platform where you can check your score. Experian, I use Experian. You can pull your credit score for free. They do have a monthly subscription where you can check your credit score almost weekly or daily, but I don't need that because we like free 99. Yes, we do. And there's like a lot of resources out there where you can check your credit score, and then you need to come up with a plan of attack. As an ADHD girly, I have to break things into smaller steps. So for me, figure out what the priority is in your household. If it's paying off the debt, focus on the debt payment plan and what credit cards and what stuff you want to pay off first. If it's bringing in more income, because that is the higher priority. If you need to do Uber Eats, pick up a side hustle. If you need to pick up more hours or overtime, do what you gotta do, friend. You gotta track all of your income and your expenses so you can get a better picture of your spending habits. This one is really hard for me, you guys, because what would happen is like I would overspend on Amazon. Like I would spend like 150 bucks on Amazon on like crap I know I didn't need it, like Hello Kitty fuzzy slippers, Hello Kitty, just random stuff. And then I wonder why I'm 100 and something odd short when it came to paying my electric bill. But there's a lot of great apps that you can use to track your spending habits. Rocket Money is one of my favorites. You can set up billing categories and budgets for each category, and it will send you alerts based off of your spending habits. You can subscribe, like you can pay a monthly subscription. I do the free version because we like free 99 up in these streets because capitalism is disrespectful and it's diabolical. But I use Rocket Money to track my expenses, and it'll also send you emails too about if you overspent in a certain category. So one of the ones for me has been Uber Eats. I am a systems design engineer, and there's days where I just don't want to cook. I hate cooking. I hate it. And it showed me that I overspent like a lot of money on Uber Eats. So I immediately had to cut back on my spending on Uber Eats. All I'm saying, friends, is you need to find ways to automate or track how you spend your money so you can make sure that you're staying within your budget and able to manage. Types of accounts that you should have. You guys, I felt so ashamed. 4 years ago, did you know I didn't know what a sinking fund was? I didn't know what a sinking fund was. I called my bank and she explained it to me, and I was like, why do not schools teach this stuff? You know what I mean? Like, you want us to understand the Pythagorean theorem, but you can't tell us how to save money and invest? It's to have a checking account separate for your bills. Yes, you guys, this strategy literally helped improve my finances by like 110, like seriously. Because when I got paid, I put everything in the same checking account, and then I wondered why my account was always going negative. So like I would spend, and then I would have bills coming out of the same checking account, and then when I needed something, either I was short on a bill or late, or I had to set up a payment arrangement because I had spent all of the money that was needed. So basically, when you get paid, friend, you want to make a good estimate of what all your bills are and put them in this bills checking account. And then the money left over from once you transferred all of your bill money into its own checking account, you take that net cash and you put that in your expense account. And then you can use this expense account for gas, groceries, your kids' needs. This is the money that you should have to manage until your next paycheck. That's how I use it. So having a checking account for your bills, an expense account to manage your expenses after you know your bills are taken care of. The next thing I would do is an emergency fund. If you haven't started one, it's not about the amount, it's the consistency. That's what my dad always tells me. So if you can't afford 3 to 6 months, that's okay. You can start off with a $500 goal or $1,000. And for me, I automate all of my savings. So when I get paid, I'm able to tell the employer how much of my paycheck I want allocated to an emergency fund. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do that, but for me, I am a spender. I do like to shop. And because I like to shop, I have to automate my savings because I'll get tempted to spend it. But you should definitely have an emergency fund. Figure out your budget and how much you can realistically save per paycheck to put towards your emergency fund. If it's $5, if it's $20, if it's $50, you kind of have to flex and do what works for you. The next account is the sinking fund. Sinking fund is kind of like the next phase, I think, after an emergency fund. Your girl didn't know what a sinking fund was until like 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I didn't know what a sinking fund was. I cannot believe I'm putting that on the internet. But a sinking fund is basically money set aside for a future expense. So sinking fund could be like, you could have a sinking fund for a home that you're trying to purchase in the near future. You could have a sinking fund for a car. You could have a sinking fund for your kid's school. You could have a sinking fund for so many things. So I actually have sinking funds. I have actually multiple sinking funds, and they're not extravagant, like $10,000, $5,000. I have a sinking fund literally for manicures and pedicures. So I know that I put $7.50 per paycheck, yes, into this little Manny and Petty savings sinking fund account. So on days where I want to get my nails done, I know I have the cash ready to go. So sinking funds can be anything you want, whatever your personal goals that you're trying to achieve with your money, they work. And then retirement account. So if you don't have one, please open one. A 401k, most employers do 401ks. You can do a Roth, but the tax treatment is different on each account. So with a 401k, they call it pre-tax, which means that you're putting money in from your employer out of your paycheck into your retirement account. But when you get ready to retire, you're taxed on your withdrawals, which sucks. But the benefit about the Roth is that it is after tax, meaning that when you contribute money to your Roth account and you get ready to retire, the withdrawals are not taxed. So there's kind of a pro and con of having both. If you guys want me to do a separate video kind of detailing this type of stuff, let me know down in the comments below. Set your goals and tweak as you go. And set realistic goals. Like, don't be too hard on yourself. Be realistic, because emergencies are going to pop up. It's called life. Life is great at throwing curved balls. And what I do to kind of set goals and keep track is I use a money planner. This is from Amazon. I will link this in the description box. It's super affordable. I think I paid, I'm not even gonna guess. I'm gonna have to put it in, I'll link it in my bio. But basically, I use this money planner, you guys, to track my spending and my savings goals. So at the end of the month, I have a money date with myself, and I go over all of my spending and which categories did I overspend. Eating out is always the highest one because I hate cooking. And shopping is, I don't even want to talk about that. but I give myself a score on every spending category. So when it comes to dining out, when it comes to shopping, did I hit my goals? What did I miss? Where did I overspend? Where could I cut back? You have to be realistic about your goals and like set up timelines. For me, I'm a girly that likes notebooks and colored highlighters and organization because I am an ADHD girly. But for you, it could be a whiteboard, it could be a journal, it could be putting something on the fridge. But you need to set goals so you know that you're making some type of progress and that you're getting yourself to positioning yourself to be in a better place. So I hope this video helped. You guys drop down in the comments and let me know what other money videos that you would like me to make.